I wish you a merry Sunday. I wish you a merry Sunday. I wish you a merry Sunday. And I'm wearing no pants. Because I'm going to have a bath, because I've just been to the gym. And then I'll make a video and talk to you properly. Alright, see you soon. And while I'm doing that... And while I'm doing that, here's a little musical interlude that I recorded in Manchester the other day. There was a beautiful saxophone quartet playing, and I was going to make a video about teaching at Lululemon that night, but I never got around to finishing the video off. So here's a clip to keep you going, and I'll see you in a little while. Bye bye. Siddique here, and hope you enjoyed that saxophone quartet thing. Whenever I come across saxophone quartets, it's quite a rare thing, but ever since I heard Björk, the song Anchor Song, which I don't know, it's on her first album debut, and not when she's with the Sugar Cubes, but when she goes off on her own, and there's just something so beautiful about that, and the sound of four saxophones together has always kind of got me where I live ever since that, you know. I live by the ocean, and during the night I dive into it and drop my anchor. This is my home. Anyway, I can't sing, and I'm not Björk, but you know, who cares? I seem to be in a singing mood today. Yeah, it's Sunday, but what was the title of this video? Allowing your natural sacredness, something like that. I kind of scribbled down for myself this morning. So I find it a really useful thing to have a quiet day during the week, out of the 7, and do a lot of yoga on that day, or do yogic shatkamas, which I won't discuss here on YouTube at this point. Sort of deeper cleansing practices, should we say, and meditate. And just kind of stay quiet. Just stay quiet, stay away from technology. I know I'm talking to you right now, and I've got some music playing. Well, it's basically just the sound of some chimes and some thunder. And but staying off the computer, and and you can watch a movie, I guess, as long as it's something funny or uplifting or a spiritual video or something like that. But what we're going to do today is my friend Donna's coming round. I might ask her if she wants to make a little video with me later on. Let's see. Let's just play that one by ear. And we've just planned to have a bit of lunch together, to maybe meditate 3 times, 20 minutes a piece over just a few hours, and maybe watch something and just kind of hang out in a kind of spacious environment. And this is the thing, I kind of... a question that comes up a lot is, well, how do I let go? How do I achieve, my spiritual state? And you see the answers in that question itself. The me, the kind of the part of you that kind of feels like it wants to add to itself is something that's looking for answers. And even if you're a kind of, a person that's kind of encountered spiritual teaching that actually has nourished them, we can. There's a kind of a lie out there of kind of enlightenment or Christ consciousness or being one with truth, or whatever you want to call it, is that it's something to achieve. It's something to achieve outside of oneself, which undermines entirely the fact that you are sacredness itself, that you are life itself. Not the object consciousness of the mind, that kind of that group of things that through our conditioning, that we identify with, and then we've come to think is ourselves. Up to a certain point, people believe that they are the objects in their minds and the things that they feel. And it's not that we don't use our minds and we, or silence them, but as we kind of move deeper into kind of spacious awareness through the simple practicing of kind of being in presence throughout the day by, for example, here's a little meditation that you can do wherever you are at any time, is just look at the space in something outside of yourself. It's winter here in England at the minute, so you've got the black trees, the branches of the black trees coming down, or you look up and you see the space in the tree. And if you allow yourself to feel like just the basic life force in your body, without thinking about it, not am I alive, but just feel the life force and the space in your body, and see the space outside of you, or you see the space between two people in a cafe, 2 tins of beans on a supermarket shelf. There's no need to kind of get holy objects going or anything like that. Then in one breath, just try it, and let me know down below what that was. We're not looking for an experience, but just try looking at the space outside of yourself. And not spacing out, but kind of spacing in. Space outside of yourself reminds you of the space inside of yourself. And then you might notice that the space around those objects that we identify with, and you might think you're from a particular country, or you might think your family values are who you are, but you might notice that the space around that, and in that space you might feel natural compassion, love, uncreated things, creativity, which just kind of a rising up. And I kind of learnt this through being a writer, actually, and kind of just witnessing what was outside of myself and not getting in my own way. And over the years, that just seems to have kind of deepened, So what we're going to do today is just have a day of that, a day of kind of spacious living. But it's a good idea in the world that we live in to not hide, sanctuaries are necessary for short periods of time, but sanctuary can very quickly or easily, especially if it's like having about the best yoga gear and, it becomes another egoic thing or whatever, it's quite easy to make a very beautiful prison for yourself. It doesn't matter whether you're Sting with these 900 acres in Tuscany, or you just have some kind of little room that you kind of you've made your kind of little fortress of solitude. Those things quickly become prisons, and the whole world is ours. So why limit ourselves? The whole world is yours. You know this already. Not the whole world is mine. I'm going to piss on it and shit on it all, and destroy it. I mean, you're free to do that, of course. But from spacious awareness, the world is ours. The world is yours. So, God love us all, eh? Yeah. I'm just in that place, really. So I've had a beautiful morning I've been to the gym, and I haven't sat formally because we're going to be sitting together. Might do some yoga, go and visit some friends later on, and I do actually need to do a bit of shopping. But you can do all this using that little technique, which is not actually a technique at all. It looks like a technique at first, but over time you just realise that you're just in kind of spacious presence all the time, and that the actions of life take place within that, and it just becomes sort of more and more beautiful. And just if you can do that with other people, you know, if especially over Christmas. I was going to make a video, maybe I'll do that as a separate thing, but it's the same thing. I'll put a little bit in here and then maybe make a separate video later on. But you know, Christmas is here nearly, and you may find yourself in situations with people that you'd rather not be around. Well, one, I would invite you to not be around those people, but that's your responsibility. You don't have to do Christmas. You don't have to join in with the madness, the veneer that we're all pretending. We all know that it means absolutely nothing the way that it's come to be now. And then there's that kind of emotional contract of you've got to be here, you've got to be with these people and all this sort of thing. But usually, even in the best of those situations, it doesn't have this space about it. You know, it's really, if you have people that you actually love and you want to spend time with them, then that's absolutely brilliant. You know, spend time with people, make love with your partner, with yourself, you know. Don't be full of images in your mind. Just be with each other. And if you know, and either in a good situation or a more negative situation, or if you're by yourself, just practice spacious awareness. You know, if you want to, if you want to, you know. But I guess that if you're watching one of these videos of mine, they're not really mine, they're just an expression of something. Usually in the wrong words, I know, but this is the deal. You get me, and I got me. So, you know, just try for yourself. You know, if you're sitting with Uncle Charlie, and you know, and he's doing his usual thing on Christmas Day, just notice the space in him. Notice the space, you know, between him and whatever's next to him, and just come back to that feeling of life in your own body. And if you're out Christmas shopping, you know, space between two heads in the crowd as you're walking along, so that you're not caught in time. I've got to do this, I've got to do that, I've got to get here, I've got to get there, I've got to buy this thing, got to buy that. You just let it be, and the thing becomes a beautiful kind of adventure. So, so allow yourself to be sacred, and it's an allowing. It's not a making. It's not pushing yourself. It's not. Yes, you know, there might be. You know, the higher power, as they call it in AA meetings, the higher power might just be a little voice that's just saying, "I know my life can be better than this." You know, it might be at that level, or you might have a very kind of intense feeling of you know, desire to live a life of love and sacredness, and to express who you really are, and who you really are is not those objects, the object consciousness. It's that space, that beingness, which is the same space that's in everyone. It's just that we all lock ourselves down to these ideas. And if we try to let go of them, you know, pain kicks in because we haven't sort of dealt with the pain body. So deal with it. If the pain body needs dealing with, find help and deal with it. And, you know, I do the best I can to kind of sort of talk about that stuff, you know, in a way that, you know, is not mystical and strange and kind of, you know, spiritual and all that sort of thing. Just our ordinary beautiful lives. So have a beautiful day, and I really enjoyed talking to you on this. If you've enjoyed this, please hit the subscribe button. You know, there's a Facebook thing, there's the Authentic Living website. You can go and join the mailing list over there and be in the loop about things. I've got some amazing stuff coming up next year. I'm partnering up with an incredible therapist. Therapist is not really the right word for her, but she has the ability to kind of help people find specific memories that are kind of causing problems right the way through their lives, and then kind of freshening up the neural path by upgrading the memory so that it's actually permanently changed, and then matched with kind of the sacred work that I've been asked to express. We're going to kind of sort of bring that out into the world so that we heal, because we have to do the healing. Meditation on its own and things is not enough. We have to do the healing, not the blaming, not the dwelling in the story anymore, but the actual letting go and the healing. And then to kind of allow that sacred element and to kind of learn who we really are, put those two things together, and my God, life is beautiful. Anyway, I'll talk to you more about that in the new year, and I just wanted to wish you a beautiful day, and I'll speak to you very soon. Lots of love. Lots of love.